Why did the Avengers heroes all have deep misunderstandings about Tony? From the very first Avengers film, Tony was never truly seen by his teammates.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off, what are you?
That line cut straight to Tony's most vulnerable pride like a blade. In Cap's eyes, Tony was just a rich kid who relied on technology to arm himself, afraid of sacrifice and lacking a sense of responsibility. But when a truly massive crisis arrived, Cap could only anxiously call Tony for backup. It was this man, labeled as selfish, who single-handedly carried a nuclear bomb through the wormhole, facing endless death with a mortal body. That battle saved the world, but it also exposed him to the vast alien army beyond Earth, planting psychological trauma that would last for 6 years.
How did he get out of the wormhole?
No one asked if he had nightmares. No one cared if he was afraid. They just kept fighting, kept relying on him, but never tried to understand him. In Age of Ultron, Tony tried to use the Iron Legion to prevent future disasters, but was accused by his teammates of making war. Even Dr. Banner stood against him, and Cap still clung to his idealistic belief in unity and teamwork.
How are you guys planning on beating them? Together. We'll lose, and we'll do that together too.
When Ultron truly went out of control and the situation took a sharp turn for the worse, Thor returned to the base in a rage and grabbed Tony by the neck. At that moment, Tony didn't fight back or defend himself. He simply endured the anger and accusations from his teammates in silence. But when the entire city was lifted into the air by Ultron, it was Tony who once again turned the tide. He went deep into the city's core and worked with Thor to stop that catastrophic disaster. Yet this was still seen as him making up for his mistakes. In Civil War, Tony chose to sign the Sokovia Accords. He wasn't trying to control anyone. He wanted to give the team a legitimate status, yet he became the target of criticism once again. The deepest wound came from Cap. When Tony discovered the truth about his parents' murder and broke down emotionally, wanting to seek justice, he was stopped by Cap, the man he considered his closest friend. At that moment, Tony wasn't defeated by an enemy. He was betrayed by someone he trusted. His pain stemmed not only from the news of his parents' death, but from once again experiencing the despair of being isolated and abandoned. In Infinity War, Tony was still the one charging ahead against Thanos. His armor was shattered, his nanomaterials depleted, his body covered in wounds, but he never backed down. Tony proved with his actions that he wasn't the chosen one, but he was always the one willing to bear the burden. Until Endgame, Tony finally stopped being silent. He slammed his chest reactor onto the ground in front of Cap. At that moment, he wasn't just venting years of pent-up anger. He was saying a final goodbye to that long period of being misunderstood. But even so, when the final choice came, he still chose sacrifice. For that 1 in 14,605 chance, he snapped his fingers and completed his final act of protection with his life. It was only at the end of his life that everyone finally realized Tony Stark was never the perfect warrior from the template. He had fears, he carried trauma, he had selfishness, and he had pride, but he always protected this world in his own unique way. With a mortal body, standing shoulder to shoulder with gods, that is the most awe-inspiring essence of Tony Stark's heroism.